And now we're joined by a very special guest. For the first time since week 1, head coach Kyle Holderfield is in the house. Coach, congrats on the win. How are you?
Yeah, Cloud 9, man. Cloud 9.
Well, Coach, I can only imagine being back on Cloud 9. So you guys are back to 500 this week, How does it feel to really be back at the start of the season?
Yeah, just getting back to 500 after a couple, tough losses against Lafayette, Jeff, and North Central, who are just really great football teams in general. Kind of like a reset going into the last third of the season, and then obviously into sectional play for the playoffs. The guys have high morale. We had a great week of practice, and we're happy to be on the winning side this week.
Coach, we have a mantelpiece here, set piece here, the Sword. This is your guys' 8th straight win in the series. The Sword stays with Harrison. What is it like having a rivalry like this, not just for you guys, for both teams, but also for the community as well?
Yeah, I think those crosstown rivalries are always important, whether we're playing West Lafayette or Jeff or McCutcheon, but playing for the Sword is just kind of different. These kids grow up playing against McCutcheon kids, and when they go to middle school, Southwestern Wainwright, when our boys are at East Tip and Battleground and Klondike. And that rivalry just kind of continues to build with being in the same school corporation and being sister schools. They don't take it for granted, and it's something our guys, I preach to them all week, how it's something they're going to remember forever. I played at McCutcheon as a high school football player, and I remember my 3 varsity matchups against Harrison when I was over on the south side of town.
That's awesome, Coach. Now, let's talk about your guys' quarterback, Landon Nikolai.
Yeah.
Can you just speak on the young man a little bit? He's one of the best passers in the state, putting up crazy numbers per game. Wanted to beat records. I remember him saying that back when we interviewed him in the summer. What can you say about him as a player?
Yeah, he's a special kid. He's a special player. I think his best trait, honestly, is his leadership. He doesn't let the kids really get down on themselves. He's grown up a ton since I've seen him as a freshman. He's going to George Mason to play baseball after his senior year, and he's just a heck of a leader. He listens, he pays attention to detail. He's always locked in, as the kids say, right? And he's just doing a great job. Like you said, he's one of the leading passers in the state of Indiana, and that's not by accident. We did that purposely this year, knowing that he had good weapons and that he'd make good decisions.
Real quickly, Coach, this is a team that's had to deal with some midseason adversity. You guys came in on a 2-game losing streak, but your guys grinded out a gutsy win. What's it been like seeing the resilience of this team?
Yeah, we went through some real mid-season injuries, or early season after week 2, and then going into week 3, we lost Jack Gonzalez for a couple weeks, our Navy commit, and he's finally healthy, and we have some kids with collarbones and concussions, normal football stuff. Yeah. And it's that next guy up mentality. If we're doing our job well, then the next guy up's going to know what to do when he gets in there, and they're just a resilient bunch. We love this group of kids, and they're doing a great job.
Coach, we appreciate you coming in and taking the time to talk to us. Congrats on the win. That's going to do it for the Friday Night Frenzy, folks. Thanks for joining us.